Welcome to Planit Butter, my world where I hopefully inspire you to build yours by being Intucentric. An immersive experience. Every episode is designed to provoke consciousness through entertaining perspectives and applied philosophy, and filmed in a variety of international locations as I embody my Intucentric way. You reflect on your Intucentric way, and we have occasional guest episodes where we visit other worlds and learn something cool. I'm Jordan Alexandra Blizzard Planet. This is From My Planet to Yours. Thanks for joining me in episode 110, where we will be doing a birthday boogie reflection because January 7th, 2026 was my 30th birthday. It was the best fucking day. And as we do on Planit Butter, we got very Intucentric about it. So what I'm going to do with you guys is we're going to tell you what we did, how we got there, and we're going to highlight a couple of key stories and break it down for you through the Intucentric concepts that are universally applicable to anybody, anywhere, anytime, in every situation. All right, so happy day after my birthday to me. Happy Thursday to you guys. Today we are in Jericoacoara in Brazil, and I'm so excited to be here. For short, they call it Jeri because it's a very long name, Jericoacoara. Whew. And so how we ended up here, well, I told you a little bit last week in episode 109 about the pull to Brazil, and most specifically ending up here in Jeri, we had that simultaneous pull to kite surf and to go to Brazil. And when I learned that Brazil is one of the best places in the world to learn to kite surf and to go kite surfing, then I was like, okay, cool, let's see where I'm drawn on the map. So I look at the map, I'm drawn to Fortaleza. So then I research, is Fortaleza a good place for kite surfing? And that's like one of the bigger cities here in Brazil. And research said yes, and more specifically, a couple hours away, 3-4 hours away from Fortaleza is Jeri and Praia. And so I was like, okay, that narrowed into my two places. And additionally, I had a couple other people say Jeri to me a couple times. So I'm like, okay, received, noted, got it. And when it came time to go to Brazil, I booked the flight same day, New Year's Eve, I booked it the 30th of December, landing New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2025. And I didn't book anywhere to stay yet, do anything, because we do everything as we move. So landing New Year's Eve in very small and sexy beach towns and villages. I mean, sexy in terms of popularity, in terms of they get busy for New Year's. I forget that the rest of the world does these holidays all at the same time and what have you. So a lot of places were booked. And for me, I book everything last minute, and I'm just comfortable because there's always a place for me, and I know I'm meant to go somewhere, so the right place is going to find me as I work towards it. So the short of it is we first ended up in Praia after reaching out to a bajillion different places that felt connected with my boundaries and my standards and what it makes me feel good and potentially aligned. But the alignment is revealed through the mutual partnering of my personal responsibility and the universe's magic, which we define on Planit Butter as the possible that we can't comprehend. So all the bajillion other things that go into the alignment of my personal responsibility and where I end up staying was revealed to me through my efforts. So first we wound up in Praia, which was last week's episode. And then I saw this fucking amazing house that I was like, I need that house. And the timing for the house started on January 5th, 2 days before my birthday. And that was in Jeri. So first we were in Praia. Jeri, I don't look up photos. I don't really research places too much because I like to feel into them. I like to know the neighborhoods, the vibes. I like to know the energy of a place and the type of place. Like, I know it's a little beach village. I know there's surfing. I know that it's early in development. I know that I was drawn to it first and foremost. It's all about trust with myself and the universe right? That's what being Intucentric is. It's trust. I mean, it's a million things, but partially it's a significant amount of practicing trust in ourselves and our timeline, which I'm attributing to the universe's magic, because our personal responsibility is only what we can control, doing more, doing less, and pivoting what we can control, which is ourselves. So the universe does the magic, the logistics, the timing, all the other things that we can't control, because magic possible, but we can't comprehend it and we can't control it. Okay, so we end up in Jetty, January 5th at night. So I settle into the house January 5th. We get a little sunset walk in. We scope out the neighborhood. Then January 6th, we get to explore more, get a deeper feel of where I am, feel into it in my intuitive ways, which looks like me prioritizing my needs, my boundaries, what I need to be grounded, explore, feel acquainted with the space, expand my energy in the new territory that I'm entering. And so I literally just walk around intuitively, and my priorities this time was I had some like basic errands to run. I needed some toiletries, I needed a new adapter, I needed to eat, and just like basic priorities. But those priorities are our boundaries, guys. So when we prioritize our needs, our boundaries first and foremost, and we take care of those things, I find that furthers us on our timeline in our most expansive and ideal way. So we take care of our needs immediately, and then magic is revealed, and then more priorities are revealed, and then our preferences are revealed, and then our actions follow suit. So I get acquainted with the space on the 6th. The 7th is the birthday. So we're like, damn, this is our 30th birthday. We're going to have so much fun. And also, it's only 30 according to society. On Planit Butter, I joked to my Instagram subscribers that I am like 3,347 years old on Planit Butter. But on Earth, I'm 30. So, yay 30. Sounds really sexy, really into it, feels good, feels expansive. Here for it, thankfully. Right? Thank you, Earth, for having me. So, I know birthday is the 7th, and being Intucentric, we have 3 core concepts. Our 3 core methods: self-friendship, and the Planit Butter Jet Ring of Consciousness, which is our cycle for decision making. The 3 core methods are boundaries, confidence, alignment. Self-friendship is the commitment to embracing, understanding, and enjoying ourselves. The Planit Butter Jet Ring of Consciousness is intuition, sensations, action, sensations again. All 3 of those things, those concepts, work in tandem, layers on layers on layers. And I break down these layers for you and apply them to a variety of perspectives for you in my new book, Intucentric, Becoming a New Breed of Human Potential. You can get it on planitbutter.com. Ebook, hardcover, paperback, audiobook coming very soon, narrated by me, because I'm also a professional voice actor. Boom. So guys, I break that down for you in the book in a very tangible, accessible way, and I share it through the show regularly, as you know if you've been here. So, in my birthday instance, boundary. I want to do something that is fun for me. How do I know it's fun for me? My self-friendship. And how do I navigate the decision for it? My intuition. So, in my exploration on the 6th, I set the intention of, okay, let's feel into what activity I can do for my birthday. And so first, I'm drawn to this, like, there's a sexy beach lounge I found that's like really chill but really nice, whereas a lot of the other places are a little bit crazy and not my cup of tea. So I see the sexy calm place overlooking the ocean, great sunset view. I go over there, I chat with them. They're like, yeah, you can make a reservation and you can choose the front row and all the things. So I'm like, okay, I obviously want the front row. I want the sunset. I want the beach. And we'll make a reservation there and see how we feel. So, because I was drawn to it, I felt a little ping. So that's intuition, drawn to this place. The sensation was like, ooh, I'm excited by this place. Then the action was going and talking to this place. And the boundaries are my standards, which are, and my priorities and my preferences, which is calm places, nice environments, good food, chill people, classy, good views. So I'm like, okay, cool. The action was talking to the guy. Sensation was like calm, cool, okay. Intuition, and then we cycled through it again. Intuition was like, something doesn't feel quite right. Like, I'm like, I can't totally see this, is really the intuition. I can't totally see this. Then it's the sensation of like, this actually doesn't feel 100%, because I'm not super fucking excited. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it feels correct, but not necessarily for my birthday, is what was happening. And then the action was, go sit on the hill, enjoy sunset, and keep feeling into it. So I just kind of sat there until I was then drawn, boom, to one of the sand dunes. And I see this big sand dune, and I thought I saw someone driving on it. I don't know if that's what I saw or not, but I thought I saw that. So then I was like, wait a second, can I go fucking driving on that sand dune? So then I look it up, and it turns out that's a very popular activity actually here in Jetty. So I found a tour in 2 seconds that I get to drive a buggy, open doors, sit on the roof, all the things, down the beach, go zip lining, go sliding down the sand dunes, sliding down a sand dune into a lagoon, eat at this really yummy restaurant in the water, have hammocks floating in the ocean, and I got to drive the buggy down the beach. My first time driving a manual car was on the beach in Brazil in a buggy in Portuguese on my 30th birthday. So I'm really like, good job. That was a good time. So I found that activity, and every part of me was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm doing that. Like, hell yes. So I got really excited. And so that type of excitement is what we want. That's the fuck yes, right? So intuition was like, dunes. Sensation was like, cool. Action was research. Sensations again was, holy shit, this is exactly what I would want to do. Boundaries, confidence, and alignment is boundaries, doing something that feels really cool and exciting to me personally, and is all these things that satisfy my self-friendship, which is embracing, understanding, and enjoying myself. So I know myself likes these types of adventurous, crazy, fun activities that are fast moving activities, driving, free flowing, expansive landscape, nature, blah, 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 good food, like all these things. So I was like, check, 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 check. All the fireworks are like, okay. So I booked that instantly. Then we have to go back to the lounge and we say, okay, listen, I found the thing that I really want to be doing. So, but this still feels right, just not yet. So I changed that reservation. Yeah. Okay. Now, you know what we did. So we booked that activity. Then come the day of January 7th, 2026, my birthday, which, by the way, Instagram subscribers got all the behind the scenes, like watch the living action of this amazing day. So regularly I'll give Instagram subscribers the behind the scenes of like these cool adventures where I'm sharing little story time updates throughout the day, and then behind the scenes little pictures or commentary about the interactions I've had or the people or the things. Love you, Instagram subbies. And so I had the best day yesterday. Happy birthday to me. We woke up at 4:23 a.m. just like boop, happened. So I go to my roof. I have a roof here with a hammock under the stars and the moon. We did a breath play session. Then we go down to the beach for an ocean dip. And then we did a sunrise hike up this big, beautiful mountain that's right here. I saw 20 donkeys. I counted 20 donkeys. I love that there are donkeys here. It is so hilarious to me. They're very intelligent and they're very comfortable with people. But I don't want to pet them because it's just like we just kind of hang near each other sometimes. So we did the breath play, the ocean dip, the sunrise hike. Then I got a good workout in, and I got a good stretch in. We got some breakfast, then we got a second breakfast. Then the driver picked me up for the buggy adventure. It was so much fun. So much fun. And driving that thing and going down the sand dunes was literally like, I don't have words for how much fun I had yesterday. So now we fast forward. We do the whole adventure boogie, the boogie, the buggy, all the things, a boogie buggy. And after that, I found this restaurant that looked amazing, overlooking the ocean again, duh. And I was thinking, oh, I'll go to an early sunset dinner because I was up so early. I can enjoy sunset, eat my food, have a dessert, go home, sleep. And I texted this restaurant. The menu looked amazing. And I asked them, do you have a sunset view? So they said yes. And I said, great, I'll do an early reservation, blah, blah, blah. Guys, this is one of the story highlights of breaking it down through being Intucentric again. I get to this restaurant and yeah, it looks at the ocean, but it does not face the sunset. And it is 5:40 p.m. and the sun sets in like 15 minutes at that point. So I thankfully I booked it early enough to like catch it. So I'm like, guys, there is no sunset here. I need to leave. You don't fuck with me and my sunset. My sunset is so important to me. The sunset is so important to me. My experience of sunset is so important to me. So I'm like, what the fuck? This person lied to me. You do not mess with me and my sunset. I know I just said that, but I really was floored. So I literally sprinted out of this restaurant onto the beach. Thankfully, I got an amazing view of sunset. Perfect timing. It was right in front of me. The clouds were stunning. Everything was beautiful. It was me, the sun, and some other people. But me and the sun and the ocean, it was just like, oh, on a cliff. It was amazing. But the thing with that, and why it's Intucentric, is because I had a reservation, right? So I think a lot of people would stay at the restaurant because they have this commitment of a reservation. But my commitment is to my boundaries. My boundary is I'm not missing sunset. So I leave and figure you'll have space for me later or I will go somewhere else. That's the Intucentric mentality, is boundary respected. Clarify your boundaries. My boundary is sunset. So I respect that boundary. I go see my sunset and everything else realigns as it's meant to, whether it's the same restaurant, a new restaurant, something else happens along my way to something. Whatever the alignment becomes is through the confidence of my action in respecting my boundary. So 3 core methods: boundaries, confidence, alignment. Boundary, sunset. And intuition is like equal to boundary. It pulls me to my sunset. So I'm pulled to sunset. My boundary is sunset. My sensations are like, fuck yeah, sunset. The action and the confidence is taking myself to my sunset. And I feel good and empowered because I'm like, yeah, I'm getting my sunset in that I know I want to get into my day and have an experience in my day. Not really get, you don't get the sunset. So that's that cycle, those layers, all the things. And I enjoy my sunset. And then after, we do go to the same restaurant. It was delicious. And I also let them know, please don't tell people that you have a sunset view. You do not have a sunset view. Not cool. It fucks with your reservations and it fucks with the people's trust in you. At least me. I didn't go off like that. I just said, I'm leaving for sunset. I will be back. I don't appreciate that you told me you have a sunset view when you do not have a sunset view. Like, they literally face north. Hello. Anyway, now the last highlight of this birthday adventure, the Intucentric way, is dessert. Guys, something we say on Planit Butter is where most wood stressors settle, shine. Because we don't settle, we keep our standards high, and we respect our boundaries. So what happened? We had a delicious dinner, and the dessert menu comes, and there is a house-made brownie. I love anything that's homemade. I'm like, I want that. And it was the only dessert homemade, so I was like, perfect, homemade brownie. And they had gelato, pistachio gelato, pistache it's called in Portuguese. So they had pistache gelato. Sorvetes. I think it's called sorvete. Sorvetes is ice cream, something like that. Anyway, So I'm all excited. I'm like, perfect. I'm going to get the brownie and I'm going to get my pistache gelato. And then they did not have any more gelato, none of the flavors. So I was like, whoa, I'm not just getting a brownie. I want a brownie sundae. The boundary is brownie sundae. So what did we do in our Intucentric way? Again, where most would stress or settle, shine. I imagine most people wouldn't stress over a brownie sundae, but they might settle. They might say, oh, I'm already at this pretty restaurant, I'll just get the brownie. But that's not respecting your boundaries, probably, at least for me. It's my birthday. I clarified my boundary. I clarified my preference. I clarified what I want. And what I want, and my boundary to execute what I want is leaving to get gelato. So I get the brownie for takeaway. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I'm going to get this brownie because it's a homemade, delicious brownie, I'm sure. And I'm going to go get gelato. And then I'm going to go home, which sounds way better for me to be like in an intimate setting with myself, having my birthday dessert and my birthday incense. I didn't do a candle, I did incense because one, that's what I have, and two, I love incense. So we get the brownie, we leave, boundary, brownie sundae, confidence, leaving to go get this brownie sundae. And here's the other layer. The gelato, there's 3 gelato places all in the same little corner of the tiny village here. One is like the popular, like has thousands of Google reviews and is a couple other locations in Brazil, or probably even more than that. One is like some other one. And then one had like La Dolce Vita, like it was like an Italian name. The popular one is like gelato and cream or something. So I look at the map and I see these 3 pieces here. So I'm like, where am I feeling drawn to? Intuition. And I'm like, matching it with my boundaries, which is the best possible gelato in Brazil. That's the boundary. So we get the brownie, we exit. We're confident in our exit because we're respecting the boundary of getting the dessert we want on our birthday, and always. And we go down to these gelato places. Now, the first one that I passed, because I decided let's feel into all 3. So I look at the map, I see what I'm drawn to. I know my boundary is best possible gelato. And I like to feel into things. So I physically have to be on the ground in the experience to clarify further what's actually aligned. And so the first popular place I go, there's a line, and I'm like, okay, well, let me like look at the gelato first so that I know I'm getting the best gelato. That's the first priority and boundary. I look, I'm like, okay, that actually looks like good gelato. Good to know. But there's a line, and I want to feel in my other 2 options. Because another boundary for me is I don't do lines. So I go check out the second place. The second place just didn't look that good. Immediately I can see the texture of the gelato. I know my gelato. I'm like, that texture does not look as good as the other one. Okay, noted. And also, the other layer of the mentality of being Intucentric here is knowing that if I go to that other place, the line will probably disappear by the time I go back, because that's my operating system, because I've respected my boundaries and I don't do lines. So because I've respected my boundaries, I'm prioritizing the best gelato. The universe then takes care of the rest, where there wouldn't be a line for me when I go back or go again to that first gelato place. However, did we go again to that first gelato place? No, we didn't, because we went to the third gelato place, La Dolce Vita, which I'm telling you because this was a delicious gelato. It looked so good. There was no line, and the girls working were super cute and friendly and sweet. So I'm like, okay, all the boundaries are respected here. The quality of the gelato looks amazing. There's 0 line, and there's friendly people. Check, 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 check. So that's boundaries respected, action taken, confidence ensues, alignment, alas. So we get our pistache gelato, and we march our bum home, and we make our brownie dessert birthday sundae. Ta-da! Happy birthday, the Intucentric way. I had so much fun. I hope you guys did too. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to you. And we're going to finish this episode with a little snippet from last week's Planit Butter publication article. We do the written articles and audio articles. Again, voice actor. So you'll love it. On Planit Butter Substack. Here we go. This one was titled Perspective Dance with Money. The subtitle is Money and Alignment Went on a Date. I'm just going to read you the first snippet for your consideration, your reflection on my birthday boogie, your reflection on your daily life. The snippet I'm going to read actually does not include the bit about money because that's for the paying subscribers. Love you. But this first bit should satisfy some thought-provoking thoughts for you. Satisfy thought-provoking thoughts for you. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but it doesn't not make sense. Consider it. All right, guys. Here's the snippet. Where do you think the line is between personal responsibility and alignment? Is there one? I think personal responsibility informs alignment, while alignment mutually encourages personal responsibility. Also, what does alignment mean? Planit Butter defines it as our role in the universe. What's our role in the universe? That's where we visit the roots of Intucentricism and become aware of our boundaries in any and all contexts. Our values inform our boundaries. Our boundaries, when respected, inform our confidence, which is equal to trust in the self, intuition, and the universe, which ultimately sustains or reconnects us with our alignment. The more we self-reflect and self-connect on our boundaries in any and every moment, in every context, the more synchronized we become with our role in the universe. The more in sync we are with our alignment, the higher our frequency, the greater the value we provide to ourselves and society. It's a practice. It's earned. All right, guys, that's planitbutter.substack.com. If you want to read or listen to the full article, and you get a full article every single week, and every other week, I make up a new word or phrase for Blizzard's Dictionary. I share the definition, and I write a little anecdote using the phrase or the term. It's a good time. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me in episode 110 for my birthday boogie reflection. I had so much fun on my birthday. Again, if you want behind the scenes of the adventures, Instagram at Planit Butter. Subscribe, you get the behind the scenes, or if you just want the surface level scenes, you can still join us. See you Thursday from my planet to yours.